Going for the Europa League Final early preview. As I said, the first time in the history that the two finalists are from the same city in this competition, Arsenal and Chelsea. Unai Emery, Arsenal's coach, one of the specialists of the competition, won this competition 3 times in a row when he was coaching Sevilla, the Spanish top flight league side. On the other side, Sarri, without any important title in his career, important trophy. So it's the first time when he's qualified, he has a chance to win a trophy. But he has some players who have huge experience in this competition. Cesar Azpilicueta, David Luiz, Eden Hazard, and Gary Cahill lifted the Europa League trophy back in 2013. What do you think about this match?
I try not to think about Arsenal too much lately. They're just the tale of two teams, I guess you can say. I mean, you got the Europa Arsenal and the Premier League Arsenal, and the Premier League Arsenal is just garbage, and the Europa League Arsenal is fantastic. I mean, you give Emery a couple weeks and you can pretty much beat any team in Europe. I mean, wiped out Napoli, clean sheet over 2 legs, but he manages a draw against Brighton and can't get past Crystal Palace for some reason. So, you know, I'm not sure where to go with this Arsenal team. I know, you know, I think they're the more desperate of the two teams to win this championship, but Chelsea, they want to get the trophy also for not getting any hardware, any other cup. So this one was a hard one to break down.
Yeah, now the question is Aubameyang and Lacazette, for example, who scored the last 8 goals, European goals for Arsenal, 4 and 4. On the other side, we have the top scorer of the competition, Olivier Giroud, with 10 goals. I think that we should expect goals in this one. I think that both teams are brilliant going forward. I think that we will see Chelsea dominating the possession. I think that Arsenal, if they play Lacazette and Aubameyang, they will have a lot of chances to score. I think that this is the correct play. Both teams to score is priced now at 1.75, and over 2.5 goals in the match is priced at 2.0 with some bookies. Do you fancy goals, or do you think that it will be a close affair?
No, that's exactly where I was going. Over 2.5 at even. I see many goals, and even both teams scoring over 2.5 is 2.25. I found. Obviously, Arsenal can't play much defense, and I don't see too much defense being played by either one of these sides. So over is exactly where I was going.
Obviously, Eden Hazard, I think that this is his last match for Chelsea. He will leave the club after the Europa League final to Real Madrid in a deal worth 100 million euros. Absolutely amazing for a player who has only 1 year of his contract before expiring, is sold with 100 millions. Of course, he's a world-class player. Do you think that he will have a top-class performance for his last time with Chelsea, or do you think that his brain will be, okay, this is the last match, I'm going to Real Madrid, can't wait to go there? But it's a final after all. A trophy always counts in the CV of a player, isn't that right?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. But you know, you look at his body language after the last match, and he, you know, walking off of Stamford Bridge, and it kind of looked like he was just already in Madrid. You know, he looked like he was already gone. I mean, he walked off and didn't really show too much emotion. And you know, I think of course he wants to leave with a trophy, but you know, if he doesn't really fancy walking out of Stamford Bridge with his head held high, I mean, I don't really see him giving too much emotion, trying to put too much effort. I know he's going to put in a lot of effort. I shouldn't say that, but it's hard to tell where his mind is at. I mean, he could already be gone. I mean, who knows? I don't really know what this guy is thinking, but to me, when I watched him the other day, it didn't look like he really wanted to deal too much with anything else left with Chelsea.
To be honest, I hated his performance against Eintracht Frankfurt in the second leg of the semifinals. I think that he was very poor. Yes, he scored the last goal from the penalty kickoff, from the penalty spot in the penalty shootout, but his performance in the 120 minutes of the game was very, very poor, in my opinion. Maybe he will bring it on because it's a final. He is priced. He's the favorite to be anytime goal scorer with the bookies. He's priced at 2.63 with some bookies, 2.9 with other bookies. After that, we have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at 2.7. Gonzalo Higuain, whom I believe he will be on the bench because Olivier Giroud will be given the credit after a brilliant season on Europa League. So Higuain at 3.1, Giroud at 3.2, Lacazette at 3.1, and after that Pedro, Willian, and Mkhitaryan, and so on. They also have odds for Aaron Ramsey, but Aaron Ramsey unfortunately is ruled out with a tight injury. Amongst the players who will miss this final: Hector Bellerin, Rob Holding, Danny Welbeck, and Denis Suarez from Arsenal, and Antonio Rudiger, CHO, Callum Hudson-Odoi from Chelsea. But they have Olivier Giroud, who might save the day. So what's your favorite bet for this Europa League clash against the two London sides? A great derby, but in a neutral venue in Baku, Azerbaijan, very, very far from home.
Yeah, and it's so far from home, and they only allocated 6,000 tickets to each fan base, and the rest are just going to be up for sale to get whoever. It's not like the Champions League where they split the stadium in half. So that's kind of an odd thing. I think touching on that a little bit, UEFA should have some sort of backup plan to where if something like this happens, they should be able to move it. I mean, they should have a buyout clause for Azerbaijan to give them still a little bit of the cut and move this closer to home so these two sides can have their fans there. But I would, in the goal scorers market, I would have to look towards Lacazette and Aubameyang, and probably on Chelsea's side, I would have to look to Pedro to score. I think he'll have plenty of opportunities. I think Hazard will see quite a bit of defenders around him. As far as goal scorers, those are probably my three favorite.
So that's your favorite play, over 2.5 goals in the match, and both teams to score at 2.4, you said, right?
Oh, yeah, straight bets, yeah, for sure. Over 2.5, and both teams scoring over 2.5. And I'm not sure who I would bet to lift the trophy. Arsenal right now is 2.25. I mean, I think they want it more. I think they might show a little more excitement to try to get this. So I might look to Arsenal to lift the trophy at 2.25. If it gets a little better of a price, I might take that.
Okay. Also on the winners market, Chelsea are favorites at 2.4, Arsenal at 3.3. I don't know. This match might go also in overtime, in extra time, also on penalties. That's why I will skip the winners market totally, and I will go 2 units on both teams to score at 1.75 and 1 unit on over 2.5 goals in the match. But Michael is combining them for better odds at 2.4. That's about it with Chef Michael. Thank you, Michael, for joining us. Thank you for coming on the show, and see you before the final of Europa League to preview it, to go more in depth, and to give some extra value for our friends to bet on with few days before the match.